Hey everybody, welcome to Pocono, and it's another fun night here in the iRacing Fun League. Glad to have you all back out here. This is race number 17. We are going to be at Pocono Speedway, the Tricky Triangle, 74 degrees tonight, clear skies, partly cloudy actually. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know who you're rooting for tonight. We're about to get started here, and qualifying has begun, and we're going to go over everybody in qualifying. So right now, Steve Mormon out there, and he's putting down his current lap time in the number 26 Supra. And should be a fun, exciting race, guys. I'm excited about this Tricky Triangle. This is a hard track to master, and it's always an exciting one to watch. Racing here gets pretty intense. Derek Moore right now in the 911 car outputting his qualifying lap time. We're going to go ahead and pull up that tower. We'll show you the qualifying times as this goes on. Mark Ward out there in the number 10 car, getting a little loose out of turn 4 there. Corrects it down the straightaway. Look at that, he almost lost control. Jeffrey Belk out there in the number 55 car. We also got Jeff Laraway putting down his lap time in the 71. Craig Bridge, the 94, rocking some new paint schemes, some good-looking cars out there qualifying. Still waiting on that first time to hit the leaderboard, and then we'll let you know who's fastest so far. All right, Kane Vannemark, top of the qualifying leaderboard with a 55.59. And we're just waiting for the rest of the times to come on in. That is Joe Tardif in the 48 car putting down his qualifying run. William Carron goes to the top of the leaderboard with a 55.39. Zachary Ward second. Kane Vannemark is now third. Steve Mormon is fourth. And there is Zachary Ward in the number 5 car. Right now, the 81, first place in qualifying. Philip Beaver, 5th place. There we go. There is the lap times on the left side of your screen. So far, top 3 is William Carr in the 81, Zachary Ward in the 5, and Kane Vannemark in the 4 car. Steve Mormon in the 26 car. He's 4th, and Wes Gallo has the 5th fastest time in qualifying so far. Alrighty, we're just waiting for the qualifying to wrap up. Looks like we still have about another minute 30 left in qualifying. And Philip Beaver has a new fastest time with a 55.60. He's now moved up to 4th place in qualifying. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at his car as he's on track. There he is in number 60. It looks like his qualifying lap has just ended as he makes his way around the track. Let's go ahead and pull up Marshall Dugan, the 20 car, as he puts down his lap time. Alrighty, Craig Bridge out there putting down his lap time as well, and it looks like he is on the leaderboard in 7th place with a 55.88. Looks like Parsons, new iRacing Fun League member, he's out there putting down his lap time. And Parsons has, actually looks like qualifying has just officially wrapped up. Let's see here. Joe Tardif also putting down his time. Oh, I'm sorry. We got 35 more seconds left to qualifying. Parsons, though, in the number 1 car, he is currently 10th on the leaderboard. Blake Parsons, there he is. That's the car I was looking for. Looks like he's a new iRacing Fun League member here, so thank you for joining us, Blake. Out there in the number 1 car. Good looking paint scheme, by the way, too. Alrighty, Matt Heel also out there in the 53 car. He's putting down his lap time right now as we speak. So far, the top 4 cars, top 5 have not changed. We'll see where Matt Heel stacks up after he puts down his lap time. And right now, that's 6th place with the 55.82. That knocks Wes Gallo down to 7th. And it looks like qualifying is officially over, so congratulations to William Carron. He gets that pole award for starting 1st place here in tonight's race. And that's going to do it for qualifying. So like I said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're at Pocono here. They call it the Tricky Triangle. Oops, sorry about that. And let's see if we'll go through the live leaderboard here in just a moment. All right, these guys are going to be lining up on the grid here momentarily. There we go. There is your race drivers for tonight's race. William Carn starting on the pole in first place. Zachary Ward will be starting in P2. We also have Kane Vandemark will be starting third. Philip Beaver in the number 60 car. He'll be starting fourth place. We also have Steve Mormon will be starting fifth in the 26 car. I was trying to find a different camera angle here. It looks like I can't find a better one. There we go. Alrighty, guys, so starting in the 5th place position, like I said, Steve Mormon, the 26th. Starting 6th place is Matt Heel, who we just saw put down that last lap time really quickly in the 53 car. Starting P7 is Wes Gallo in the 07 car. Starting P8 is Joe Tardif in the 48 car. Starting 9th is Craig Bridge Jr. in the 94. Starting 10th is Jeffrey Belk in the 55. Starting 11th is Blake Parsons in the number 1. Starting 12th is Derek Moore in the 911 car. Starting in the P13th place position is Evan Amick. Starting 14th is Marshall Dugan in the 20 car. Starting 15th, David Galloway Jr. Starting 16th, Jeff Blairway in the 71 car. Starting 17th, Stephen Kirby. Starting 18th, Bryn George in the number 45. Starting 19th is Eric Olson. Starting P20th, John Zedrick III. Starting 21st is Corey Goodall. Starting in the 22nd place position is David Watts. Starting 23rd is Mark Ward at number 10. Starting 24th is Jimmy Smith in the 95. Guys, there is your starting lineup. Thank you so much for tuning in here in Wonder Dads Gaming. And we are going to kick things off and see if we can pull up William really quickly and give him a congratulations. Hey, William, stay with the booth. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, man, congratulations. Starting on the pole tonight. And how you feeling about tonight's race before we get started here?
I feel pretty good. Just as long as I can manage pit stops and strategy, should be a good race.
Awesome, man. Well, you're going to get those bonus points for starting on the pole. Car's looking really good out there, really fast. I saw you in practice a little bit before we got to qualifying, and looks like it should be a fun race here.
Should be. I just got to beat this 5.
Alrighty, man. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, keep them in your rearview mirror the best you can. Good luck.
All right, appreciate it.
Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Pace car's about to pull off. And green flag in the air. The 81 car takes him down in the turn number 1 for the first time here at Pocono Speedway. There they go down to turn 1. William Carn and Zachary Ward side by side with the rest of the field in tow. And then they get single file right out of turn 2. The 81 car is going to lead them off of turn 2, and Zachary Ward's right behind him. Philip Beaver up to 3rd. But look at Matt Heel on the 53 car. He's going to go to the inside of the 60 to try to get that spot away and move up into the top 3. Wes Gallo right there, almost 3 wide through the middle. That's and the 07 up in the wall. 07 car slammed to the wall. Kane Vandemark was on the inside through the tunnel turn there on the back. Not sure if there was contact that time, but we saw the 07 car hit the wall. Doesn't look like he has too much damage there on the right side, but definitely a hard hit nonetheless. Alrighty, your race leader, William Carn, the 81, looking extremely fast out there as he leads lap number 1. And he's going to lead over Zachary Ward and Matt Heel. Out of turn 4 for the final time on lap number 2. It's William Carn going to lead lap number 2 as well. Actually, I don't even think they really consider it turn 4 here. I think it's still turns 1, 2, and 3, considering we're at the tricky triangle. But the 81 car looking really strong early on tonight, leading this race, has led both laps as we head to lap number 3 this time. And the number 60 car just smacked the wall there. Philip Beaver got a little loose out of turn 2, or out of turn 1 rather. Made a little bit of contact with the wall on that right side. Alrighty, look at Steve Mormon at the 26 car. He's going to go to the inside of Kane Vandemark in the 4 and make the pass. That's going to move him up into the top 5. Steve out there running a brand new paint scheme in that 26. So far, everybody keeps it mostly clean here with 4 laps, or 3 laps in rather. This is lap 4 this time by. We're doing 75 laps here at the Tricky Triangle. And so far, it's been a pretty clean race other than the little mishaps we've had. Craig Bridge looks like he backed off the corner there a little bit in the 94 car to Derek Moore in the 911. Looks like Marshall Dugan had to come down pit road for something. He has just left pits on lap number 4. Brent George in the 45 to the inside of the 77. That's Evan Amick. They're going to go side by side down into turn number 1. Actually, Brent George has cleared them. Makes the pass. That was the pass for 11th. John Zedrick in the 95 car. Got a little confused. His car says 24, so on the live leaderboard. Alrighty, let's move it back up here to the front. Matthew Heel has made the pass on Zachary Ward. And we kind of missed that moments ago, so we'll go ahead and try and re-pull that back up. We got 3 wide into turn number 1. That was Stephen Kirby down there on the bottom of the 109 car. Let's go ahead and pull up Matt Heel passing Zachary Ward because we missed that. There it is down into turn 1. Matt Heel gets to the inside of the 5 car, makes the pass for second place here. Top 3 cars looking extremely fast here tonight. William Carnes still has the lead in the 81 Chevrolet Camaro. He's led all 7 laps here so far in Pocono. Doing a really great job out there so far tonight. Look at the 3 leaders, though. Zachary Ward all over the bumper of the 81, and Matthew Heel to the lead as he gets around the 81 car. Let's take another look at that one more time. Gets to the inside of the 81 car, passes him on the inside of the track through the last turn. 81 down there towards the rumble strips, and he kind of pushes up the track a little bit, And the 5 car right there to the inside, not quite going to get there, but the 53 takes over the lead and leads the lap here at Pocono. Coming to lap 9 this time by. The 53 has the lead. That's Matthew Heel. William Carr in second. Zachary Ward is third. Philip Beaver's fourth. And Kane Vandemark rounds out your top 5. Here we have Mark Ward in the number 10 and the 54 of David Watts. These guys battling it out on track. Corey Goodall out there in the 333 car. Let's see who has the most positions gained. Right now it looks like it's Bryn George. He has plus 8 positions from where he started. Right now he's in the top 10 in that 45 car. So Bryn has most positions gained. If he continues to lead those, he's going to get a bonus point for the most positions gained for the race. So just another little incentive to have. Doing a great job out here. He's got a fast 45 car. Let's see what he can do here in tonight's race. Philip Beaver in the 60 car, he's still hanging on a P4, but he's catching Zachary Ward, staying up there with the leaders. He's doing a great job out there tonight. Catching that 5 car, staying up there with the front pack. The 53 is looking really fast. He's got the lead still, but these top 4 cars all trying to stick together. Behind Philip Beaver, we got Kane Vandemark in the number 4 Chevrolet Camaro. He's only 2.9 seconds off the leader right now. Behind Kane Vandemark, we got Steve Mormon, the number 26 car. He is in 6th. Joe Tardif right now in the 48 car. He's currently 7th. Joe's got a cool paint scheme out there as well tonight. Behind Joe, Blake Parsons, the number 1 car. He's currently 8th place. Wes Gallo behind him is in 9th. Stephen Kirby right now is in 10th place on the inside of Bryn George. Those guys go side by side. Looked like the 10 car had some trouble there, made contact with the wall. Eric Olson in the 64 car. Looks like a lot of these Toyotas all getting bunched up here. Middle of the field, that's Stephen Kirby, Wes Gallo, Britt George, Jeffrey Belk. lap number 13 of 75 laps here at Pocono Speedway. Oh, and Stephen Kirby just got cut off there, looked like by Blake Parsons. Saw moments ago, the 109 car swerved down the inside to miss the number 1 car. And he's going to make the pass heading down into turn number 1. Right on board with Kane Vandermark for a little bit here. These guys have a really long straightaway here at Pocono Speedway. Carry a lot of momentum and speed down here into turn number 1. So far, we stay caution-free for 15 laps as the leader makes his way out of turn 3, the final turn at the track. I'm not sure if they call it turn 4 or turn 3. I can't remember. I'm sure a lot of people watching this are probably going to yell at me, like, that's only turn 3. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's turn 3, final turn of the track. Lap number 16 this time. Matthew Heel still has the lead. Marshall Rhodes says, well, my race is over. I'm glad you joined. Okay, sorry, Marshall. I'll pull you up here. Give me 1 second. How's it going, Marshall?
Could be better, buddy.
So what happened?
Well, the problem started from lap 1, to be honest with you. It's been an eventful night for me here at the Tricky Triangle. I guess the first lap, I was able to get the first lap in, and I guess going into 1, or maybe the tunnel turn, I was on the outside, I guess on lap 2, and the car just snapped loose, destroyed the car. So I came down, took my fast repair, and then I guess coming off of turn 2, just a couple laps ago, she got loose again, and I hit the wall hard enough that it just, too much damage. It's what it said. I came down the pit to fix it, and it said, too much damage, and we're done for tonight.
Oh, man, that sucks. I was trying to find where that happened. I didn't even get notified or anything like that.
No, it's unfortunately, caution didn't come out anytime, so it's just behind the 8 ball from the start tonight, but it's all good. I'm not really worried about it. I still got, 8 more races left in the season, so I can, Atlanta's next week, so I'm already happy about that because I'll be back in the trucks at, on a restrictor plate race, so I'm already happy about that, so.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm sorry to hear that you wrecked your car out. Now I got caught up. Yeah, lap number 18 this time. I was trying to find that clip, and it didn't notify me that anything happened, so I didn't see it, unfortunately. I couldn't pull it up, but yeah, we still got a lot of racing left in the season for sure. A lot of good tracks are coming too as well. How are you at road courses?
Well, not very good unless we go to the Roval. We go to the Roval, I'll be happy, but
yeah, I like the Roval.
Other than that, I'm not really good at anything, any road courses. The Roval I like is only because I worked there for so long. For those couple of years, I know my way around there, and I'm actually hoping that iRacing eventually adds the new roval there because they made some changes last year. I don't know if you guys remember that, but they added a section on the one part where it's a straighter part, where when you go on to turn one now, it's like a hairpin turn, like it's basically
Right.
do a complete, you know. So I can't wait till they add that so I can see how I do on that one.
Yeah, now we had a car down on pit road there. Looked like Craig Bridge came down pit road.
Yes, Evan Amick, I believe, is also down on pit road now too.
Yeah, a couple guys came down pit road already. Looked like, yeah, Evan and Mick, David Galloway Jr. on down pit road as well.
Should be close to the window. Yeah, about so we're around lap 2020.
Yeah, here come the leaders. They're pitting this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zachary Ward, William Carn on pit road. Matthew Heel stays out in the 53 car.
I see that.
But yeah, I was looking at the schedule and I see that next week it looks like we're at Atlanta, then Chicagoland. We got Sonoma coming up on July 10th, then it's Dover, Indianapolis, Iowa, then Watkins Glen on August 7th. So a couple road courses. I don't think we're really doing too crazy of road courses this season. I think we only put in like 2 or 3. The
Right.
Roval's not till later on in the playoffs. I think it's October 2nd is what I'm looking at for the Roval.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, October the 2nd, and it's the Xfinity cars, so that kind of makes me happy. Curious to see how I do there. But, I mean, even if I don't make the chase, which I'm in the chase right now, even if I don't make it, it's still going to be fun because I can shake it up, you know, make it interesting. You know, of course, I got Atlanta circled. I got Dover circled, especially because it's the trucks, and it's my home track. You know, it's only about 30 minutes from me, so got Dover circled as well.
Yeah, Dover's going to be a crazy track, especially being in the truck series. It's going to be a fun one.
Of course, you know, Daytona, you already know when they go there. I'm looking forward to going back to Daytona.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to watching that race.
So Matthew Hill is now coming off of pit road.
Yep, Matthew Hill came down from the lead, and then Jeffrey Belk has taken over the lead of the 55.
See where things will circle through.
And the top 3 cars all stayed together. The 53 and the 81 and the 5 car still 1, 2, 3 back there for 2nd through 4th right now until Jeffrey Belk pits. Oh, actually, Jeffrey Belk on pit road now.
Coming down, yeah, Belk is coming down right now. So that should give Heel and what I'd say Heel and Vandermark right top 2 spots. Who's running third? Looks like Steve Mormon maybe. No, actually, it's so Heel and Carn. William Carn is right on Matthew Hill. Zachary Ward's up there running third, it looks like.
A little bit of a pass here by Corey Goodall on the 95 car.
Got a good 3-car battle for the lead right now, it looks like. Well, won't be the lead till they come back around, I believe, once they pass.
Yeah,
Belk
these
again.
top 3 cars have stayed together all race long for 22 laps. Pretty impressive. Nobody's really pulled away from each other.
Zachary Ward's got a good run on, looks like William Carn.
Yeah, he's kind of just... I was gonna say, yeah, he's kind of just hanging on there, right there by his bumper, not really losing, not gaining a whole lot, but just kind of hanging on there. But what were you saying? It's hard to pass here.
Yeah, it's a really tricky track. Like it's hard, and it looks like he just overshot turn 1 there. So you know, he's got a little bit of ground to make up there, but
yeah,
it's a really hard track to pass. And of course, you know, you would think with these long straightaways that the draft would help a little bit, but unfortunately it doesn't really help here.
Yep, we got War Gamer Shin. The chat says, let's go William and Zach. John Ledger. Oh, John Ledger's out there. Hey, John.
Yeah, he jumped in here earlier and talked to me and Zach Ward in the Discord. So I was surprised to hear from him. I haven't talked to him in quite a while. Miss racing against him. Me and him had a few good battles last year.
Yeah, right now, William Carn, who he's talking about, is in second place in 81 car. He's got a really fast car started on the pole tonight and doing a really great job out there. Matthew Heel, though, moved up 5 spots where he started. And our most positions gained right now on lap number 24 is Stephen Kirby, who started towards the tail end of the field. He's now up to 5th place, 9.
Yes, Stephen Kirby's gained some spots, and Bryn George, he's went from 18th to 8th. That's a good run for him right now.
Yeah, right now he's 8th place at plus 10.
We got a couple other cars lower down on the list. John Zedricks went from 20th to 12th. Corey Goodell is up 21 to 13. So we got some movers up there right now.
Couple big names not out there tonight, in case you haven't noticed. We're missing Brandon Fiedler, and we're also missing Marty Calvert. They did not make tonight's race.
I noticed that. That's what we were just talking about that in the Discord earlier, and told Zach, I was like, I'm going to have to get a good strong run here tonight and try to gain some points, and kind of backfired on me tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, yeah, if you need all the points you can get, tonight would have been a good one since a couple guys sat out.
It's okay though, like it's still fun. I mean, this year's not been too great of a year for me. I've been up and down all over the place this year in the league compared to last year, but I'm not gonna write it off. I mean, I've still got some tracks that I know I can run good at. It's not over till it's over, so I'm gonna keep fighting and keep grinding and make the best of it.
Right. No, yeah, I hear you 100%. Just got to keep taking it 1 week at a time, practice as much as you can. The thing is, if you don't have any practice like me, I noticed that I really wasn't improving throughout the year, and I was like, I need to just sit down, find some good racing lines, and really learn a track. Otherwise, if I was just going in blind, I really wasn't improving a whole lot from where I was.
Right. I went in blind this week. I didn't get any practice in this week, which usually I get some practice in, but it's been a pretty rough week this week, start of the week, so.
Absolutely. That's usually how my weeks go, too. And, yeah, when I used to race every single week, too, if I hopped in last minute, it really bit me in the butt.
Yeah, and I found that out tonight because, Pocono is tricky anyway. I mean, hence why they call it the tricky triangle, but just tonight was, I'm glad it happened early on. When it did, I'd hate to be running good and then have something happen late in the race. I'd rather have it, if something bad happened, just get me done and out of the way right at the beginning, so.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
Looks like Zach Ward is caught William Carn again.
Yeah, he's kind of just hanging on there to 3rd place, right as bumper.
See what he does coming into turn 1. He's going to peek down to the bottom and see if Carn gets him the spot.
It looked like
Carn,
slid up the track a little bit there in 81.
Moves Zach Ward up to P2.
5 gets the spot, gets up there to 2nd place. Now onward to Heel, see what he can do here.
Looks like Stephen Kirby has lost a spot to Kane Vandermark, so move Vandermark up to 5th and Kirby back to 6th.
Was Kirby around Kane at one point?
Yeah, Kirby was up. I believe Kirby at one point was up to 5th. And I think he dropped. I think that was about 5 laps ago. I could be wrong, but from my relative, well, from what I was looking at, it looked like Kirby was ahead of Kane. Looks like we got a new guy in the league tonight, Blake Parsons. I haven't seen him in here yet.
Oh yeah, Kirby's blinking a little bit out there tonight. Or unless it's my scoring issue, but yeah.
It's nice to see still bringing in some guys in the middle of the season.
There's the replay with 4-car on the 109. Kane Vandermark gets the pass.
We've had a good turnout every race this year, I think. We've averaged quite a bit of cars every race other than, I believe it was Road America.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with the turnouts we've had. I mean, I know the broadcast definitely helped that. A lot of guys want to come out and show off their stuff. But yeah, we've had a lot more people show up this year than we have in the past couple years, and I like seeing that. It's good having all these group of guys come out and race.
Definitely had some competition show up this year, you know, with Marty Calvert and Philip Beaver from time to time, and of course Matthew Hill. Like, man, the drivers this year, it's anybody's race this year, it seems.
Yeah, for sure. And you're never going to get away from those guys that show up and completely dominate. You know, you're always going to have that one guy, your Brandon Feelards and your Marty Calverts, your Zachary Wards. There's always going to be that guy out there, and you just got to try and learn from them as much as you can, see what they're doing, and try and improve your racecraft the best you can.
Exactly, and I give Zach a lot of credit. He's worked with me a lot here the past couple weeks. Fortunately, tonight doesn't show, but there's been some races, especially in the next-gen cars, working with Zach and Kane Vandermark together, like just getting some tips and pointers from them. It showed this year. Like I'm not very good in next-gen cars. This year, I've actually got a couple finishes on them that show that I've gotten a little bit better and smoother in them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's still a lot of learning I got to do too. I got really no room to talk, but yeah, definitely it's like if you try to get rid of some of these really fast guys, then we have a lower turnout, but you're never going to get any faster unless you try and learn from someone that's really good.
And sometimes the way to get faster is you got to follow these guys. Like, you can't just talk about it. You have to watch them and follow their line. And then, every now and then you get in front of them, they can get behind you, they can tell you what you're doing wrong. So you're learning a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and the biggest tip I can really give anybody is that during these races, these guys that are out there racing every week, watch what these guys do throughout the race. Watch their lines and try and learn from it the best you can, and then just keep practicing. Practice as much as you can, but see what they're doing and see where you can improve on your racing. See where they're faster than you in the corner. Just try and practice.
Exactly.
Well, I've seen a bunch of guys hit the wall all race long, and it's no surprise. It's out of turn one, and I keep seeing a lot of cars exit that corner and smacking that wall.
Yep, turn one is the turn to do it. It caught me. That was my second mishap. The first one, I believe, might have been turn one also. I could be wrong, but I think the first mishap on lap 2 was probably coming off of turn one or turn 2.
Oops, sorry guys.
My second one, I don't know what it is about that turn. Like, it's a weird turn. Like, you have to drive it in so much higher and harder, and then just kind of die. I don't know. It's a weird track, man. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. Yeah, the 109 car blinked a little bit out there, but I just saw something happen between Steven Kirby and Kane Vandermark. I want to watch it again here on the replay. Looked like Kane Vandermark smacked the wall, and the 109 car made the pass. That was through the tunnel turn. That was on lap number 31. So it kind of went back a little bit. Matthew Heel just really pulling away from the rest of the field. Now 3.4 seconds over second place is Zachary Ward.
Yeah, Matthew Hill looks really comfortable out there right now. He's
just gaining, leaving even more weight. Now he's 3.7 and climbing.
He's just hitting his marks. He's got this track figured out, and he's just he's running some good lines, good laps.
Absolutely, yeah, he's doing a great job out there in that Ford Mustang. And so far, top three, really top four cars really hasn't changed much. Stephen Kirby's having some battles back there with Kane Vandermark for 5th and 6th, but other than that, the top five, or top four rather, have been all the same for most of this race tonight.
I'm going to go on board with Matthew Hill for a lap. I'm going to see just how his line is right now. I know it's, you know, he's got some laps on his tires since they've last pitted, but just to compare these laps compared to some of the others, see how higher or lower on the track he runs.
Yeah, absolutely. We're watching Mark Ward lap car down. Matt Heel's going to make the pass. Oh, I didn't even notice, but Duke Smith is out of the race as well. Looks like, I don't even think he made a lap tonight.
No, he did not. He, no practice. Well, yeah, he practiced. Well, and he had a good practice time at 55.80. No qualifying time and no race time. Not sure where he's located at. Had some pretty bad storms rolled through, you know, Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania tonight. I got worried tonight. I didn't think I'd be able to race because we had a pretty bad cloud come through here, but it just kind of gave us a little introduction, a little bit of rain, a little bit of lightning, nothing to sweat about. But the farther up you went in Delaware, it got pretty bad.
Yeah, we had some pretty bad storms last night. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of winds. Jeff Laraway in 71 down pit road. But yeah, nothing too crazy. It mostly cleared up, but rained like all last night and most of this morning.
We got a little bit of rain last night, a little bit of rain tonight, and once this clears out, we're getting ready to have a hot streak. I think Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, our heat index is going to move up to about 105 to 106.
Oh,
so
wow. How about that, though? Stephen Kirby beat Philip Beaver off pit road. He now made the pass up there for, what is he in?
Should be, well, Philip Beaver
we have to
came
get
in
the pit cycle through. Right now they're 14th as they're scored, but they look like Stephen Kirby, after everything gets cycled through, should be 4th place.
Yes, I was getting ready to say he should be 4th place once we get cycled through.
It's really interesting. Matt Heel continued to pull away from Zachary Ward on older tires, and now he stays out again. And he's still leading this race, still stayed out.
Yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I don't know if he's maybe backing his corners up to stretch his fuel run a little bit longer. Philip Beaver looks like he just overshot the turn there in turn 1. And to the wall he goes as we speak. But I don't know if he's maybe backing the corners up to stretch his fuel a little bit more, or if his steering ratio, because I've noticed when you play with the steering ratio and the offsets and the brake bias, it kind of affects how many laps you can run on a full tank of gas. So I guess that's what it comes down to be honest.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know how he does it, but he does a great job and has always really good strategies.
Looks like he's staying out this lap.
Yep, wondering when he's going to bring it down. Steve Mormon right there in 2nd place. He hangs on to P2. Wes Gallo's 3rd. Corey Goodall's 4th, and Jeffrey Belk is your top 5, but that is before the pit cycles.
So we are on lap 39 now, I believe, right?
Yep, lap number 39. Leader Matthew Heel's on 39 right now.
Right. Okay. So we should go. He should be coming down. If he doesn't come down this lap, he'll definitely come down next lap. Because, like I said, I believe you can get about 20 to 22 laps on a full tank of gas.
Jeffrey Belk making the pass on Corey Goodall.
Depending on your steering ratio, obviously. I think I was good for 19 and a half or 20. And speaking of which, here comes Matthew Hill.
Yep, Matthew
Yeah,
Hill, pit road, lap number 39. And it is a long way back to second and third place here.
Yes, we're looking at, well, it looked like Mormon was all the way back to 19 and Gallo 26 seconds. Kind of reminds me, I don't know if you remember, but that one race Tony Stewart won, it was Chicagoland, when he was so far ahead of everybody. He ran out of gas on like the middle of turn 3, and he still won by 12 seconds. That was a crazy race.
I think I might have been there for that race. I didn't go to the very first Chicagoland race, and I can't remember who won the second Chicagoland race. But I was there for, I think, the third one, and I think Tony Stewart won that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there was one race where, like, it was a fuel strategy race, and he just magically made like a half a lap out of his gas tank last longer, and I was like, wow.
It's always funny seeing him winning when he's climbing the fence and whatnot.
Yes. I think one of my favorite moments when Tony won was when he won at Pocono. He wrecked in practice, or wrecked in qualifying, so he had to start dead last in the actual race, and then I think they raced Monday. So I'm at work on Monday watching it on my phone or listening to it, and all of a sudden he wins. I was like, okay, I like that. Because, see, I was a diehard Tony fan. I still am. I follow him in NHRA now, and he's doing pretty good in NHRA.
Yeah, that's good. I haven't really followed him too much during the NHRA stuff, but I wish him the best.
I think he's got 1 or 2 wins now, and he's made it to the finals like 5 races out of the last 6 or 7 races in a row. So he's got the drag strip figured out again.
All right, so now earlier, 81 got around the 1 car. I think he swerved way down the track to pass the lap car. Just caught me off guard there, or actually Blake Parsons, where are they being scored right now? Right now, Blake's on pit road.
Yes, Blake looks like he's 3rd on the running order on my screen. Now coming down pit road, so I'll lose, positions. He's got some damage to the left rear of his car, too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Not sure what lap that came from or how he got it on the left rear. It's weird
So
that he's
you
got it
were
on
saying these guys can get 20-something laps to their full tank?
I'm going to say between 20 and 22 laps on a full tank. If
Okay,
you
so
stretch it.
no matter what, they're going to have to pit one more time. I was trying to figure out Matt Heal's strategy here because he stayed out, but now he's back there in 4th place. However, I don't think he can make it to the end from there, so he's still going to have to come in.
No, nobody can make it to the end. We have this is a 75 lap race, and we're only on lap, correct me if I'm wrong, 43 now?
So the only thing I can think of is his strategy is because he's making the pass on the leaders right now as we speak. At turn number 1, he just passed Zachary Ward. Now he's working on William.
Yes.
I'm thinking that he's going to try and stay out as long as he can, have everybody else pit before him, and then he's going to get fresher tires with probably 10 laps to go, and then go out there and retake the lead. I think that might be a strategy.
Right. Or, that might be a strategy now. Or he might short pit, knowing how fast he is.
That could be too.
He could, so we're coming down to lap 44, so he could probably pit around lap 50 or 51, and he will be good to go to the end. The least amount of laps that you'll get on a full tank shouldn't be no less than 17 laps. I could be wrong,
Okay.
but I think you could be no less than 16 and a half or 17 laps. If you're really good at conserving fuel, like I am on some tracks, that's the advantage of being slow sometimes on some of these tracks. I can conserve my fuel better. So that can give me 20 laps or 21 laps. We're going to look at about this run, maybe 19 laps on a run, 18 and a half to 19 laps on this run. We'll see what we get out of this.
Okay, interesting.
It's the one thing I'm happy about, because I'm so easy on the throttle. I don't run up front a lot with these guys unless it's Daytona or Talladega or Atlanta now that they've repaved it. I'm glad they did what they did to Atlanta. It makes me so happy. But when you're not up front with these guys, you can experiment week in and week out with conserving, you know, your fuel. Like, okay, I can back out a lot sooner, this and that, and you know, play that type of game and figure out, you know, where you stack up with the rest of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of just playing around here with some of the dashboard features and lap time stuff, but looks like down the straightaway in these Xfinity cars, they're getting up to, looks like 180.
Should be about 190.
Yeah.
Well, Matthew Hill almost did 190. He was 189.
Yeah, it looked like 189 before he had a lift into turn one.
Now, have you, speaking of cars, have you had a chance to drive the new Gen 4 cars yet?
I have not. I have yet to get on there and try them out. I'm really interested in them, and I definitely want to check them out. I just haven't had a chance to yet, but have you?
No, not yet. I haven't even bought the car yet, so I think this weekend I'm gonna buy the car, and because that goes back, you know, to the old, really cool Tony Short paint scheme days for me. So I'm looking forward to buying the car this weekend to see how they are.
All right, yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely want to get on there, and I plan on racing them here and there. I'd like to see us maybe in the Fun League, maybe put some events together and run those. I think that'd be really cool with like some throwback paint schemes. But I'll have to get on here and try them out sometime.
Yeah, I would like to bring in, you know, the Gen 4 maybe next year, do like a throwback weekend or something, or tell you what we could do, since the Gen 4s are back, maybe the shootout next year, go back to Daytona with the Gen 4 cars.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be pretty cool.
I wish the shootout would go back to Daytona, believe it or not. Just something about Daytona and the shootout just stood out. Like, you're 3 and 4 wide racing for a win there in the shootout with, you know, what, $1 million on the line.
Yeah,
go back
definitely.
there. Looks like Matthew Hill just put, was it the 71?
So I know they moved the Busch Clash, or whatever you want to call it, the Clash race, to the, you know, whatever. We were at the LA Coliseum, and then they went to Bowman Gray. But did they completely get rid of the Bud Shootout?
Yeah, unfortunately it's not the Bud Shootout anymore. It's whatever their sponsors are for that race now, unfortunately. But it's still technically the same thing. They're just different now. Now they've added the heat races. I think they've added the heat races because they're short track racing.
Okay. Or
But,
do they just call them the duels now or something?
Yeah, well, they still had the duels. They still run, I think the duels, the Gatorade duels are still part of Daytona as the speed week. But
did you see what Craig Bridge just did there out of turn 3?
Let's see, I gotta go back and watch that.
It looked like someone got loose there. I got to take another look at this.
There we go. There's. There we go. All right.
I lost the replay. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, it looked like a couple cars here got loose. I'm watching William Carrin and the other cars around him, and the 94 got a little bit loose.
Yeah, the 94 went high, overshot turn, the 81 went by him, then he got loose. Then it looks like Blake Parsons in the 1. And I'm not sure who the other car is.
Oh, 94 hit the wall hard once again.
Doesn't take much at this track. You tag this wall just enough, it's going to end your race. So if you got a fast repair, you better take it.
Yeah, he's got some damage to the right side of that car. But yeah, turn 4 is tricky. You want to carry a lot of speed momentum out of that last turn onto that long straightaway. But if you don't hit that corner just right, you're going to push up and hit that wall.
Exactly. Matthew Hill has still got, looks like a 4.1 second lead over Zachary Ward. Zachary Ward looks like he's holding down second place now. It's got a little bit of a gap between William Carn and third. So it's spaced out throughout the field now, it looks like.
David Galloway back here in 19th. Not having the run he was hoping to have here tonight.
No, he's not. I was talking to David throughout the day today. He got to run a couple of races today on officials, and he had a couple good runs, and it's a shame to see him, you know, not having the run that he wanted. Derek Moore, though, surprisingly is holding together a good run. Started 12th, still running 14th. John Cedric looks like he's still hanging on to 12th after starting 20th. It's nice to see John Cedric back out on the track. He's missed a few races this year. He's been in the process of moving. I think he's finally got all that straight, so we'll be seeing John Cedric back on the track a lot more.
Yeah, he's having somewhat of a good day so far. He started towards the tail end, and now he's moved up 8 spots up to 12th, so not doing too bad. But he's working on catching Corey Goodall here and making his way towards the top 10. We got 24 laps to go.
Now the question is, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. So if we got 24 laps to go, they won't short pit. Like I thought they would short pit. I said about lap 50, well, they wouldn't make it. So I'm gonna guess lap 57. About lap 57, we'll start seeing pit road get hot.
And I'm watching Blake Parsons as he makes the pass here in Zachary Ward, and it's not for position, but you can see how much of a difference tires really makes here, new tires versus old tires.
Yes, this place eats tires up a lot. I was really surprised about that when I was practicing earlier. I was like, wow, it's just track eats them up.
Yeah, we stay caution-free the whole entire race. Not a whole lot of action here so far. And Kane Vandermark has spun off the track, went off, and he's on the inside row. He's actually towing it back to pit road. Oh, he had damage on turn 4. We're going to go ahead and back that up and take a look, see what happened there.
He was by himself, I believe.
Oh, the tunnel turn.
Yes, I'm trying to watch it, but as soon as I get to the tunnel turn.
Yeah, the tunnel turn. Oh, he hit the outside wall really hard, came down, hit the inside wall really hard, and he's dragging that right front tire. Heavy damage of the 4 car.
So Matthew Hill's talking to David Galloway Jr. He just put David Galloway Jr. down another lap, I believe. He told David that he's got a good pace. It's hard for him to pass, so I guess David might have felt like he just didn't have a good line tonight or something, but Matthew Hill just gave him some reinsurance, told him that he's actually got a good line.
We got
It's
William
just-
Carn on pit road. So
Man.
21 laps to go. He knows he can make it to the end from here. Be interesting to see what happens after this cycle.
Yep, like I said, around lap between 20 and 22 laps should be a full tank of gas. Should be. We got a couple other cars down pit road with him. Craig Bridge, it looks like, also. Now the question is, when will Matthew Hill come down pit road, and what will Zach Ward do?
Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. Is I don't know how long these guys are going to go until they pit for the final time. But actually, Zachary Ward on pit road this time. I guess it didn't take very long to figure that one out.
No, it did not. And speaking of which, Matthew Hill had, prior to pit road, he had opened up a 8-second gap on Zach Ward. So Matthew Hill, I don't know, he's got this track figured out. He's out there driving like Jimmy Johnson did on some of these tracks.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cars down pit road now. We got Philip Beaver on pit road. We also got Stephen Kirby, Bryn George on pit road, as well as it looked like Joe Tardif on pit road in the 48. So everybody making their final pit stops of the race. 19 laps to go as Matthew Hill has came across the start-finish line.
There's your answer about Kane Vandermark. Connection dropped due to upload packet loss.
Oh, wow.
That's weird. We don't usually see that from Kane.
No, yeah, I thought he hit the wall, but maybe he lost connection and his car hit the wall. I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened there, but yeah, he had heavy damage to that car before he got out and had to tow it. Steve Mordman now on pit road for the final time here tonight.
Philip Beaver just apologized to David Galloway, I guess, when Beaver came out. Galloway was committed to go down to the bottom, right at the entrance.
See, I like having you up here for that one reason alone. I don't have the chat enabled, obviously for obvious reasons for the broadcast, but if you have that enabled and you can hear that chatter, that's really cool that you can relay that information.
Yeah, I turned it down a little bit so I can, talk to you and interact with you, but I have it turned up just enough so I can hear them too, so if I hear somebody say something.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Then I can be like, okay, this is what they said. But there's no harm, no foul. Galloway did overshoot the turn a little bit, to keep from running over Beaver. So, Beaver apologized. No harm, no foul there, so nothing to worry about there. Blake Parsons just got a speeding in the pits.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're right.
Yep, I just heard that on the radio. Leader is pitting now. Who's the leader?
Matt Heel coming down pit road. 17 laps to go. So this is it. This is the money stop. We'll see where the leaders can pass Matt Heel, and he got so far ahead of these guys. I don't know how they're going to have any chance to catch him, because Zachary Ward right now is 46 seconds back behind him, even though that he's on pit road right now as we speak.
Right. Exactly.
He got so far ahead of the rest of the field. It's crazy. And
It's really got me wondering, like, how can is he just that good at this track, or is there a trick to it,
Oh, he's got them cheat codes. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Matt Heel is just on a whole other planet. I don't know how he does it, but he's really good at a lot of these tracks, and I think
Yes.
he kind of picks what tracks he wants to come out to for, he doesn't really run a full schedule, kind of like um, how we've had some guys run in the past. He'll come out for special races and whatnot and run with us, but yeah, he just he has certain tracks he really enjoys, and I don't know, he's just an animal.
Yeah, he's really good. He kind of reminds me of Matthew Garikoff from last year. Surprised that we haven't seen Garikoff yet this year. Kind of sucks because I enjoyed running against Matthew. Me and Matthew put together some good battles last year, so Matthew Hill kind of reminds me of Matthew Garikoff.
Yeah, same here. I mean, Karakov, I always had really good times racing with him, and I think I only raced with him a couple times. I mostly broadcasted the first season that he came out and raced with us. But yeah, I always enjoyed talking with him, and he had some really good races where he won, and had some good interviews with him. But yeah, I think he found another league to join, and he was racing with them or something.
I've had some good battles with him. Martinsville was one of my favorite races in the trucks with him. One race that I actually ran like top 5 most the whole entire race. I was really tickled with that.
Yeah, so I don't know how Heel did it, or Matthew Heel. I don't know how he did it, but he managed to save his tires, stay out in front, maintain that track position, come down pit road, get some fresh tires and a tank of gas, and still held on that lead 5 seconds ahead of Zachary Ward after the cycle.
Speaking of which, we got Stephen Kirby looking underneath of William Carron now for that 3rd spot. And it looks like
we got a good battle right here.
It's a very good run for Stephen Kirby. He's up to 3rd.
81 car fast off the corner, side by side down that backstretch, and they almost touch going in the tunnel turn. He gives him a little nudge. Oh, the 81's gonna spin.
Oh, the 81 goes down to the apron and
yeah,
spins.
The 81 spun, got down the inside of the track. We stay caution free though. Man,
81 spun, but
was that any kind of retaliation? Did we miss anything early on?
No, I just think they're side drafting and just being really close together, and that's just what happened, and they just seemed to touch at the wrong time. And
yeah, we got to take another look at that.
I give it to William Carr, though. He actually saved it from actually destroying his car. But
yeah, definitely. That's a huge save. I thought he was going to lose control and spin. If he hit the grass a little bit more there, he might have spun out even worse.
I just think it is tight racing, and they were just side drafting, and they got a little too close, and his car did the same thing my truck did at Martinsville with Karakov. We just got too close, and we touch, and this game is weird sometimes. Sometimes it's a netcode ordeal that can cause you to lose ground.
Yeah, that was interesting. And man, talk about the 81 William Carr. He just can't catch a break. The last couple weeks, he's had some late race issues. Had a really fast car at all these tracks, and just can't capitalize in the closing laps. But that little shuffle is going to put him way back. It looks like he's back in 4th place now.
Yep, lost a lot of ground, but that's the advantage about these guys, how quick they've been and how far ahead they've been at Pocono. Just that little mishap, he only lost, 1 spot. Anywhere else, like, Atlanta or Chicago or Kansas, you'd probably lose a lot more than just 1 spot.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you mean.
But Stephen Kirby, though, 17th to 3rd, that's impressive for him tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He has got a really fast car here for Pocono Speedway, and really put on an impressive run after starting that towards the back.
Big shout out to John. He's finally worked his way into the top 10. It looks like John Cedar in the top 10.
Yeah, and Stephen Kirby, so he didn't qualify tonight, and he went to the back of the pack, right? Because he won last week at Auto Club.
Yes, right. He didn't qualify, and I believe I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember quite offhand, but I believe he did win at Auto Club. Or Goodell's even put together a strong run, 21st to 9th.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give it to Derek Moore. Derek Moore's started 12th, running 12th. He doesn't get on much during the week to practice for these guys. He works, he works a lot of hours. Thursday nights, he comes home, he registers, he goes back out to work for like 30 more minutes. And he comes back home and he just jumps in at the hair of his teeth. I'd give it to him for finishing, running 12th right now. That takes some dedication to be able to do what he does week in and week out on Thursday nights.
Yeah. And here is our playoff standings real quick. I'm going to pull that up before I lose it. Right now, I know this is unprofessional looking on the live stream here, but Marty Calvert has 6 wins this season. Zachary Ward has 2. Zachary Ward has 4 wins. Matt Heel has 3. Wes Gallo has 1 win. Corey Goodall has 1 win. And also last week we saw Stephen Kirby with a win. Those guys are all locked into the playoffs as we speak. Just wanted to pull that up. I'm really surprised that Brandon Fiedler has not come away with a win yet this season.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see Brandon Fiedler out of here this year, night.
Because Brandon's last year's season champion, and this year
Right.
he's still searching for that first win, but he is back there in the 6th place position
I tell you what,
in the Cup standings.
It'll come though. I would not be surprised if he gets one before the season's over with.
Oh yeah, I guarantee he's definitely going to get that win this season. It's just when and where.
That's a question for the people that follow on YouTube and watch on a weekly basis. Not sure how many people are watching tonight, but maybe we can give them a question. Since we run Atlanta next week in the trucks, who do they think will win next week in the trucks in Atlanta?
That's a really good question, and if anybody's watching and want to leave a comment, let us know. Who do you think is going to win next week in the trucks at Atlanta Speedway? I mean, that's one of those super speedway style races, and I don't know, we might have a new first-time winner.
But yeah, Brandon will definitely, looking at the schedule, there's a lot of races left. I'm actually looking forward to doing the Looney Tunes paint scheme in the trucks at Richmond.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. You going to run one?
I've got one in my mind. Tony Stewart's got a lot of really cool paint schemes, and I've got to reach out to my buddy Zach Ward. He does my replicas pretty good. David Galloway Jr. also does my paint schemes, but I've got a few paint schemes in mind still.
Awesome. That sounds awesome, man. I can't wait to see that.
But Matthew Hill, he's just a class act tonight.
He's just lights out fast here at Pocono tonight.
Zachary Ward,
Zach's just falling back, not even gaining much. He was 5 seconds after Matt Heel pitted, and then now he's back there at 10.6. Right now we're watching Philip Beaver in car cam.
For a change, we actually had a caution-free race. We've actually had a couple of them this year where we've not had a caution. I think, maybe 2 or 3 of them, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, we've had a couple of them here and there. Every once in a while, it seems like we'll get these races where it's just a caution fest, and then we'll go to the next track and we'll have no cautions, and then you will have 2 races in a row with no cautions, then we'll go back to a caution fest. So it's kind of weird how that happens at certain tracks, but yeah, it's just like, I know once we go back to Martinsville, it's going to be a caution fest.
Well, I can promise you, it's not going to be caution-free next weekend at Atlanta.
Yeah, that's for sure. We got to ask people what's the over and under on cautions at the super
Yes, we
speedways.
do. Exactly. But yeah, it's looking forward to it. That's a good question for the guys, you know. So.
Plus, that's such a hard track to get on and off pit road too. You know, I mean, maybe not off pit road, but get on pit road at those speeds going around that truck with the speedway style drafting.
Yeah, it's definitely different now. I really like what they've done to it. I really love what they've done because, you know, Daytona and Talladega are just so big, but then they've taken that level of racing to 1.5 miles, and it really shows the talent these guys have. And now trying to get on pit road at 195, 200 mile an hour at Atlanta is not easy.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting to see that. I mean, I like the 1.5 mile tracks now, though, with this next-gen car. They race really good, and there's a lot of really good battles. I wish we'd bring Chicagoland Speedway back, but I'm a little biased on that since I live there. But the thing is, yeah, they definitely changed Atlanta Speedway. I think it's a lot better now with the style there. A lot of fans maybe disagree, but I think it races really cool. I mean, having the super speedway style race.
I actually got to work at Atlanta when I was working with Charlotte. I went to Atlanta for a week. It wasn't race time yet, but I went there, you know, Monday through Friday. I had to hook up some Wi-Fi boosters and some skyboxes and suites and everything on the old track. And the day I was there, they had the rookies were there getting their NASCAR license and stuff. That track is so amazing. Like, I'm just thinking, like, it probably looks great now that they've redone the track. Like, even back then it looked really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never been down there, but yeah.
Tell you a track that you really need to try to go to, put on your bucket list. Go to Bowman Gray one time to watch the asphalt modifieds.
Yeah, I've been hearing about them. They're pretty cool, and they put on a good show. I've seen a lot of wrecks and fights there for sure.
What I like about it, if you get there early enough, you can get, you know, right on the wall around the track. And you can't get any closer to the action than there. And it's a cheap night of fun. Like, it's cheap. It's great seats no matter where you sit at. I went there about 5 or 6 times, you know, when I lived in Mooresville. And it's a great track, great atmosphere. The parking's a little bit of a pain in the butt because of where it's at. It's surrounded by Winston-Salem College, but it's still a good race, you know, a good Saturday night fun, cheap. You can't ask for anything better.
Yeah. We got the 95 and Corey Goodall going side by side, but we're closing in on the final laps of this race. 3 laps to go this time by. I want to say that this has been a record for the most, the biggest gap between first and second in this league. I've never seen it where it's 12.3 seconds separating first and second place. That's got to be a record.
Yeah, it's got to be. I haven't seen a race since I ran last year. I know I'm a newcomer still. This is only my second year, but every race I've ran, I don't remember the gap being that big.
Yeah, we got 2 laps to go as Heel passes the line this time by. We're watching Corey Goodall and John Ziedrich battling it out. This is for 9th and 10th place right now. And Ziedrich goes to the bottom. Corey Goodall up into the wall here. Yeah, Corey Goodall went up to the wall, made some contact there. I knew it. Ziedrich was going to have a good finish here. He's inside the top 10, currently 9th as he chases down Wes Gallo. 2 laps to go.
Corey Goodall just apologized to John Ziedrich. I don't know.
I didn't really see them get into each other unless I missed something, but white flag in the air. Matthew Heel takes the white flag for the final time.
That's what it was. So you go to lap 73. Corn Goodall gave John a little bit of a bunt draft, but I guess he forgot how short that straightaway was, and after John turned in, Corey just shot up to the outside a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me as well. But the 53 in the final corner, last time around this track. He's managed to get ahead of second place by 13 seconds. And he takes the checkered and the win here at Pocono Speedway.
He made it look easy.
And there's your unofficial race results on the left side of the screen. Matthew Heel comes home first. Zachary Ward is second. Stephen Kirby third. Looks like William Karn will take P4, and Philip Beaver will take out your top 5. Yeah, that's he stunk up the show tonight, that's for sure.
He definitely he definitely whooped them tonight.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've seen anybody in this league win by that much, especially in a fixed series. I cannot believe that. That's crazy.
The closest I've got to that is a dirt sprint car 410 official win, and I won by like 8 seconds then.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Now, granted, I had a couple of guys wrecked that were faster than me, so that kind of helped me.
Alrighty, looks like we're waiting for him to do a burnout. There you have it. Looks like he's going to do one right now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pull up our race winner here in the booth. Hey Matt, it's David and Marshall up here in the booth. Congratulations on the win, buddy. Hey Matt, it's David and Marshall, you got us? Alright, well, we'll just wait for him to get his mic ready and talk. But, yeah, 53, man, 13 seconds ahead of second place. What an impressive run.
He led quite a bit of laps, too. Like, he just dominated tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how many laps led did he have, actually, after this is all over. Do you got that, that data up there?
I, unfortunately, don't.
You there, Matt?
Check.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Hey, sorry about that. My headset redirected to something else.
I had a feeling. I was like, well, we'll just wait for you to get it connected. But, man, congratulations on the win. You really stunk up the show tonight. 13 seconds ahead of P2. We have not seen that in a long time. That's got to be a record here.
Man, I saw SVG do it at Mexico City, and I said, I think I'm going to try. So we were shooting for 15 seconds, but, you know, I guess that's why they call him SVG. That was a quite impressive run in Mexico City. Awesome venue. So happy that NASCAR jumped into that market, and it looks like the fans really embraced that show. So we were trying to channel our inner SVG on that one, but a lot of fun, great racing. Really surprised that thing went green all the way. But just a ton of fun there, and I hope the broadcast had some fun as much as I kind of stunk up the show. That was a lot of fun for me.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, I definitely like going to Pocono and watch these races and actually racing here, even though I'm not that great at this track. But, man, we stayed caution-free all race long. Didn't see a whole lot of action. There was a couple good passes here and there throughout the field. But, man, you just were a rocket tonight, and nobody could catch you.
Yeah, the Chef Colin maybe Big Monty Mobile needed a win tonight. I've been P2 and P3 in my last like 15 league starts, so I was really fiending for one tonight, and I'm glad to finally get that monkey off of my back and return to victory lane and hopefully we can notch a few more of these throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, sounds good, man. You're on a roll. I think that's already race win number 4, I believe, 4 or 5 at this point.
Something along those lines. I think it was 3 or 4. I know I won them all early in the season, and then I kind of had a little bit of a dry spell there for a bit. But we've just been kind of grinding away. I've been doing a lot of officials. I'm pushing towards street stock, mini stock, and ARCA. I'm going for the championship in all 3 of those divisions. And I actually finished 6th in the Week 13 Street Stock Challenge. So I've been really trying to wheel it the past couple weeks, and I think it showed tonight when I showed up and kind of showed out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Congratulations. You had the best car and track all race long, and even though you didn't qualify on the pole, where actually did you qualify? I know you started, looks like P5?
I think it looks like 6th.
I think I qualified 5th or 6th. I qualified with a 55.8, and I believe William, or maybe he just goes by Billy, he got a 55.3, so I thought that I was in for a little bit of trouble tonight, but Pocono, man, it really comes down to tire saving. These corners are very enticing for you to kind of go full out in them. And I don't know if, I hope people watching my line kind of picked up on what I was doing, as I was really babying it into the corner, and I could just get such a drive off at the straightaways, or get a drive off the corner onto the straightaways. I could just kind of gap them there. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, I know I've said this in pretty much every interview, but the way that this league has progressed over the past few months is, I'm extremely happy and extremely proud to run in this series. It's just a lot of fun. All the guys are great, and I have a lot of fun running here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you saying all that. And, yeah, congrats on that win. And, yeah, I watched you in qualifying. It looked like you squeaked out that one lap right there towards the end, and maybe just missed it there. It was getting kind of late.
Yeah, actually, if I don't want to take away from Zachary or Steven's time, but I can tell a funny story. I was actually running a Pocono lobby earlier, or actually last night. I was racing with TJ Majors and his driver Carson Quapple, and we were actually racing at Pocono, and that was a lot of fun there. And I came up just short. Carson Quapple decided to door me down the back straightaway, and I didn't take too kindly to that in 3, and I spun him out and ended up finishing 3rd in that one. But I feel like we kind of got retribution for that, so I kind of chuckled when I seen Pocono on the schedule again, and we just had a lot of fun with it. And I actually got down to a 54.8 in the race. Like I said over the radio, I ran 75 qualifying laps there. That was about as perfect as you can do it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's crazy. It's always fun when you get to race with real people like that, or, you know, professionals. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's always an honor to run with those guys, and I have the utmost respect. But at the same time, if you hit me, I'm probably going to hit you back. But it was all in good fun. I didn't wreck him. I just wanted to rattle his cage, and he couldn't hold on to it. So it was fun. But I had a lot of fun racing tonight. Zachary, William, everybody ran me clean. Lap cars all ran me clean. So just overall a really great night. But I don't want to take away from Zachary, and Stephen Kirby had another great run tonight, another P3. I know he was last week's winner, so super proud of him coming up through the field and getting a really solid finish. You know, when you don't have cautions like that, it's hard to make it through the field. I remember last year, I think I missed practice and qualifying as well, and I couldn't go anywhere. I think I ended up crashing out, and I was a little bit sad on that. But we got retribution for that, and good finish for a lot of these guys, and I won't take up any more time. I'm sure they're getting bored in the lobby.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Matt. Congratulations. And, man, talk about a heck of a win. You got anything for him, Marshall, before we head out?
Yeah, I'm curious. So I noticed you were able to stretch your, I guess your fuel a little bit longer than some of these other guys. Was there a strategy to that? Were you able to back your, well, obviously you didn't back your turns up more because, I mean, you pulled away lap after lap, it looked like, but just the way you were able to stretch it a few laps longer, what was the strategy? Like, how were you able to do that?
That's a great question. I'll try to answer this one quickly. So you could get about 20 to 21 laps in the fuel tank. 75 laps was the total amount for this race. So we knew that you could kind of short pit 5 laps somewhere in that stent. And I knew I wanted to take the first one all the way to 21. And I did. And then once I got the lead and started getting a little bit of gap, I noticed Zachary pit a few laps early, and that's how they kind of leapfrogged me. And I knew that I had the pace, and I knew as long as I didn't get tangled up with somebody or they didn't really get into me, that I would probably kind of squeak out of it. So there was 5 laps there that you could save, and I just kind of played the strategy right. Everybody ran me respectfully and clean, and we squeaked out with one.
Yeah, well, again, good finish, good win. You're obviously the class of the field tonight, so congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys putting on this broadcast booth.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Thank you for coming out and race with us, and good show.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, you have a good weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday night.
You as well.
All righty, guys. So you heard it from race winner Matt Heel in the 53 car. Comes home P1, has an awesome race, one of the fastest cars on track here tonight. We'll go ahead and pull up P2, which was Zach Ward. Hey, Zach, it's David and Marshall in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations, P2. We just spoke with race winner Matt Heel a little bit ago, and man, he really pulled ahead of you guys. I don't know how he got that far ahead, but how did the race go for you tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean he was just in a different zip code. That guy was lights out tonight. I was just talking to William, and I mean maybe if we didn't get off sequence and we were on the same tires, like if we had a late yellow or something, maybe we could have done something. But I mean,
we kept trying to figure out what the heck strategy he was on, but man, he had the perfect strategy down. He was getting you guys, staying out longer than you guys. You guys would wear out your tires, and he'd come down to get fresh tires and then pass you right away, and it's just like, how the heck is he on this strategy?
Yeah, he would have such a big lead at the end of the runs that, I mean, me and William had no choice really but to try to short pit him, because I mean, if we just stay on the same sequence as him, he's just going to stretch it. So,
right.
I mean, he's just lights out, man. There's nothing more to it than that. He's just really good.
Yeah, it's always hard to beat him at some of these tracks. And you too, though. I mean, last time we came here, I think it was last year, the year before, I believe I have you won here in the Xfinity car, so you definitely won this race before. And I know you definitely want to take that win back, but P2, runner-up finisher, that's got to be pretty good for you, pretty good feeling as well.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I never really felt comfortable in the car the whole race. I don't know, it didn't drive right to me. It was plowing the entire race. So, I mean, I'll take a P2.
I definitely noticed a lot of you guys tonight hit the walls. I mean, that's to be expected here at Pocono. But yeah, we've seen you and a couple other guys hitting them coming off the corners, and it's hard carrying that momentum and that speed through the corners without lifting, and especially off of that final turn 3. But definitely seemed like a common theme tonight.
Yeah, and going into the tunnel turn too, if you can't see, because like the mark is so narrow to make that corner fast, like if you miss it by an inch, you're gonna overshoot the corner. So it's really hard when you're tucked up behind somebody, because you, like, I was using the cones on the fence as a marker, but when you're tucked up, you can't see the cones. So I mean, I'm probably missed the tunnel turn 70% of the race tonight.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we noticed that was a problem with a lot of drivers, especially Kane Vandermark. We saw him have some trouble through there, hit the wall hard, lost control.
Yeah.
We also watched William Carnan make the pass and Stephen Kirby there towards the end, but he lost control. Actually saved it. That was with, like, what, Marshall, was it like 5 laps to go or so he did that, or maybe 10 laps to go?
Yes, sir. Within the last 10 laps, I believe.
Yeah, we thought the caution was going to come out, but he managed to save it, so we kept staying, kept going. But yeah, it was pretty interesting watching drivers make it through that tunnel turn for sure.
Yeah, no, I heard them talking about it on the radio, and I was like, oh, please get the yellow to come out. Please throw a yellow. But
yeah, I know. You all could have used the yellow. That would have been perfect towards the end.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. With the way Matt was driving tonight, I still feel like on a green-white checkered, he might have stretched it to 5 seconds. So
he would have found a way regardless. That guy is just really good, and I don't know, he's got perfect lines, I guess. But yeah, he was gonna be hard to beat no matter what happened.
Yep, definitely. So now on to Atlanta.
Yeah, we're both excited about that. Marshall, you got anything?
No, pretty much. He pretty much summed it up. I mean, did everything you could. I mean, I think Zach was right. I think with the green-white checker, I think Matthew Hill might have been able to stretch it out a little bit more. Well, not much, but Still a good run for Zach. I'm still looking forward to trying to get up there with Zach and finish top 3 with him, but maybe that'll come in the future.
No, you got to come, and I know you got next week circled, so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the time, Zach, and congratulations being the runner-up finisher here tonight at Pocono. And we'll talk to you next week.
Good. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Alrighty, so that was P2, Zachary Ward. Let's see if we can pull up Stephen Kirby. He's still out there. Let's pull him up in the chat. Hey, Steven, it's David and Marshall in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Hey, man, congrats on a podium finish here. 3rd place tonight. And also, you get a bonus point for most positions gained at plus 14. It looks like you didn't qualify tonight, right? Because you had to go to the back?
Yeah, I was going to set a time, and then we were having thunderstorms, and so the power flickered, so that lap got wiped away. And luckily, I got back in time just in time for the race to start, and nothing happened in between. So that was good.
Yeah, so there you go. Start in the back, and you got most positions gained. You gained 14 from where you started, so there's a bonus point there. And congrats on that. But yeah, podium finish. Got to be feeling pretty happy about that after last week winning last week's race. You've been on a roll.
Yeah, it's good. I knew Pocono was going to be. It's always tough to pass and make up spots. It gets so stretched out here, but it was a great race. Super glad we had flag to flag. That was nice because this race is long enough as it is. So that was good to get this one over as quick as possible. But yeah, it was a good night.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, it was a good race for us too. Definitely would have liked to see at least one, maybe green restart, and have everybody bunch back up. But other than that, though, it was nice seeing it go caution free. But yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking, I think it was after we made our last pit stop, I was like, man, I sure would have liked to seen at least one caution to kind of tighten things up for me after having to start in the backs. Just to probably didn't have anything, I'm sure, for Matthew, but I feel like maybe I could have had a good race with Zach there at least. So that would have been good to have at least one caution, tighten it up for sure.
Now, did anything happen between you and William Karn? I know you guys were side by side passing there towards the end, and William tried to pass in the inside through the tunnel turn. Zach said the tunnel turn was a little bit tricky tonight. The line, I guess, it was hard to see the cone and whatnot. But did you guys make any contact? I know William spun out there and saved it.
Yeah, we were just talking a second ago, went back and looked at it. I was all the way up against the wall. And it looked like one of those deals where maybe I had just started my entry and he hadn't quite started his, and we just barely touched on entry. So and I think it kind of shot him. Sometimes it'll shoot you down the track when you make just a little bit of contact. So I think it was just one of those deals where I was going to go ahead and start turning in, and he was waiting, another beat just before he turned in. So just a little bit of door contact there.
Alrighty, yeah, that's what we were wondering about. Marshall, you got anything else to add?
Yeah, all I gotta say is you had a really good run tonight, Steven. I was really impressed how you were able to, after each pit stop, these green flag pit stops are really hard anyway, especially on a track like this. But I thought you did a fantastic job, making up that ground throughout your green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was it's something I practice a lot for sure. Is green flag pit stops, just because you can make a lot of time up there on entry, especially for people that just run officials a lot, because you don't get to do green flag pit stops very often in officials. So I practice those quite a bit, getting on and off pit road, and definitely pays off sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to think about it too. I'm sure a lot of the other guys, especially in the F.U.N league, they're not practicing green flag pit stops. So like, if you're sitting there week after week, putting in the hours and trying to figure that out, and yeah, if you can get that down with T, you're definitely going to pick off spots like you said, and that's awesome that you do that.
Yep. Yeah. It's definitely something that's a craft in itself. So definitely have to keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely seems like something that's overlooked. That's pretty important in some of these races.
Yep. Yeah. Especially lately, or at least the races I've been a part of so far in the fun league, it's been a lot of green flag racing, which is great. So, yeah, those pit stops become very important at that point.
Awesome, I appreciate it. And Marshall, anything else?
No, I'm good for tonight.
Awesome, I appreciate that. And Marshall, take notes there.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. I'm sitting
I'm
here,
just teasing.
from the winner and the guy that finishes second, even third. I'm just writing everything down because I'm trying to.
You're due for some
I'm
luck. You got to have some luck come your way soon.
well. It's gonna happen next weekend. I can promise you. Atlanta is definitely gonna change.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yep. All
Alrighty,
right,
Steven,
guys.
I appreciate you talking with us. And yeah, like I said, congrats on third place podium finish here at Pocono.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Appreciate the broadcast, and thanks to the Philmar team for having me. So, I hope you guys have a great weekend.
All right, take it easy. We'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.
Alrighty, that was third place finisher Stephen Kirby. Fourth is William Carr, and I think he's still out there. Let's pull him up. Hey, William, it's David and Marshall in the booth. You got us?
10-4, buddy.
Hey, man, how's it going? You got fourth place finisher here tonight. Started on the pole, had a really good race, but nobody was beating Matt Heel tonight. How did your race go?
I mean, it started better than it finished, of course, but I don't know. At some point in time during the night, my race car turned into a snow plow and just along for the ride. And I'm getting there, just ain't quite there yet.
I mean, yeah, you definitely, like I was telling Marshall earlier in the broadcast, you definitely have had the speed lately, and you've had a lot of good races, but it just seems like something happens. Just had some bad luck in the last couple races that didn't go your way. You had the car to beat at Michigan, and you had a really fast car here tonight. But yeah, just got to have some luck come your way to get that closer.
Yeah, there one pit stop hit it kind of early, just to try to gain some track time. Matt was in another zip code tonight, for sure. And me and Zach was actually talking about it after the race. He kind of tried to do the same strategy, and we were actually running 2 seconds a lap faster, but I mean, we ended up blending into some lap traffic, and that kind of slowed us down until, we were able to get 2 seconds ahead of them, but I mean, we needed to be like 6 for it to maybe blend out a little bit. And we kind of, with that cycle, we just kind of blended into some lap traffic, and that slowed us down a little bit. But that was really the only shot we had. And then, of course, we had to run long on the last stint. And once he got in front of us on fresher tires, that was just all she wrote.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, we kind of seen that through a lot of these driver strategies as well. But yeah, talk about you had a fast car. We watched you kind of battle it out there with Stephen Kirby in those closing laps, and you guys had some really good passes and battles there. And I definitely enjoyed watching you make the pass through the tunnel turn, and you saved it. Me, even Marshall said, "Wow, I can't believe he saved that." But it was pretty interesting.
He just he turned down quicker than I thought he was going to, and I talked to him about that as well. I just locked it down because I didn't want to wreck both of us. But I thought I wanted to be far enough up that I could arc it enough to where I wasn't going to wash up into him on corner exit. I was more concerned with coming out of the corner alive versus going into the corner alive. If that makes any sense. It's not really a good passing zone. You're better off trying to line somebody up off of 3 and beat them down the straightaway into 1. But yeah, I was just bleeding time there, and I was just trying to hold on to a top 3. I felt like that's where I should have finished, and um, probably could have made some better decisions there. That's on me, but we live on and go to next week.
All right, yeah, I hear you. And Marshall, anything else?
All I gotta say is, William, you've been fast week in and week out.
Absolutely.
I think I helped you this week with gaining some points in the playoffs, so you're welcome for that, buddy. But yeah, you had a good run tonight. Don't worry about your win, man. It's gonna come sooner than later. You're fast. Every time I'm out there with you, I've raced against you week in and week out. You do a great job. You're a clean racer, so just keep doing your thing. That when I come.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the next couple of weeks should be interesting. Got a couple of wild cards. I think we're going to Atlanta and then to Sonoma, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it's Chicagoland. I'm not exactly sure, but over the next couple of weeks, there's definitely some wild card races in there. So we'll see how they shake out, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys again soon.
All righty, William. I appreciate it. Yeah, and congrats on top 5 finish here at Pocono. And yeah, we'll see you next Thursday.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
All righty, that is William Carn, the 4th place finisher here tonight in the 81 car. We'll talk to Philip Beaver, who comes home top 5, and talk to our last driver of the night. Hey, Philip, it's David and Marshall in the booth. You got us?
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, man, I know it's not the win, but top 5 finish. But, man, I was watching you all race long, and I had you on the broadcast many times tonight, and really impressed with your run overall, though. I mean, I know it's top 5, 5th place finish. I knew you were looking for something a little bit more than that, but you definitely had a lot of speed tonight, and we watched you have a couple battles, and even in the beginning of the race, you definitely hung with the top 3, top 4 fast cars of the whole race, and really put on an impressive run here. So definitely a good points race for you.
Yeah, thank you. Given the catastrophically awful run streak that I have been on, this felt like a win. Man, it has been miserable of late, and this was much needed, much needed. You know, it was just Steve and I. Marty, my good buddy, is living it up at the beach in Paradise. So if by chance he and his lovely family are watching, hey, love you guys, miss you. Hope you're having a good time. And my wife Kelly in the other room, love you too. Yeah, we needed this one bad. So really, 3rd and 5th, that was a really good points night for the team. I'm glad I could finally contribute for once.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was looking at the points. I don't think I pulled up Zach's current updated one, but I was looking at the playoff standings, and right now you're looking really solid with the wins and the playoff points. You're right now 8th place, so pretty solid. It's still got a lot of racing left to go, a lot of season left before we hit to the playoff time, but you're still looking really solid. And tonight, if you can keep the runs going like tonight, your win's going to come eventually, and you're doing great out there.
Yeah, I mean, playoff-wise, it's all for naught because my son is a rising high school freshman, and he's going to be playing football on Thursday nights come August, late August.
Oh,
so
man, so it's not going to work out.
Yeah, he comes first, and hey, it's all good. I think my best remaining shot at a win is Atlanta next week. I'm really good there. I really feel like we had the win, and I had the win in the palm of my hands first time this year. Wes was giving me a great push, and I was going to be at the lead come white flag. We were coming off 4, and the white flag was in the air, and we got a caution, and I would not have had enough fuel because of the green white checkered, so we had to pit, and it mucked it up. So Lady Luck does not like us, but when Marty got his first league win in another league, it was me that pushed him, and I finished 2nd there. So, we got a shot. I really like the place, and but it's a plate track, so you got just as much chance of winning as you do ending up on your lid and wondering why. So.
Yeah, and you also got
lottery.
Marshall's going to be gunning for you too. He wants that win as well.
Don't Marshall worry, and Wes has let me know many times that there's a huge target on the back of my truck, and he's got a sniper scope. And,
the typical Wes comment there. Yep.
Wes is always gunning for me, and there's many others. I'm just one of 30 other guys who have an equal shot out there on one of those tracks. So it's wild. We'll see. Flip a coin,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we're going to have a new first-time winner next Thursday as well. I mean, I don't think we're going to have someone that's won 5 times this season be up there in the closing laps towards the end. You never know. There could be, but I honestly think there's possibility for someone that hasn't won yet this season to be up there for the win next week.
I mean, we'll see. It's lately I've been trying to refocus and just try to recapture the joy and fun of it, and kind of find my why again, so to speak. And tonight was a good step towards that. This is a track that I've never liked. I've always struggled mightily um, in a car that I do not do well with, and it worked, and I finally was able to relax. And like you said, that first run, it was just there was something about being able to just relax, breathe, and keep guys like Zach in the windshield, and that did wonders uh, for the confidence. And we were able to hold it together the whole night, and that's that's great. I just need to apply that for what little time I have left.
Yeah, I hear you absolutely. Marshall, you got anything else?
Well, Philip, I'm going to say this. I enjoy racing with you week in and week out. You're fast, man. I'm glad to see you finally had a great finish. I knew you've been struggling here lately. I've noticed that. It's the first thing I noticed. Past couple of races, I was like, man, it's not like Philip to struggle like that because it's my second year here, but I remember the names. Some of the fast guys. You're one of the fast guys that I remember, along with everybody else that finishes, in the top 10 or whatever. But and other thing I want to say is you need to tell that high school football team they need to play on Friday nights because it's Friday night or lights, not Thursday night. So
Yeah.
we got to
Well,
get that
that's
figured
yeah.
out.
They do. But he's only a freshman, and he'll be on JV for at least a year, I think. But yeah, he's doing the optional workouts right now, hitting the weight room, and who knows? He's a great kid, and getting stronger. We'll see. We'll see.
That
Dude's a beast. So, but it just yeah, this skid we've been on, man. Fast or not, I feel like reputation's been taking a hit, and um, man, I've been making some really boneheaded moves and mistakes, and I hate having to spend 90% of my time on the Discord apologizing, and I I man, my reputation has just been going through the mud, and I'm public enemy number one, I feel like a lot of the times. And I really want to rectify that and end on a high note. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the dirty driver, and I swear I don't. And that's not how I want to race. And I'm trying to make amends. I really am.
Well, you're doing a good job, man. Don't sweat it. You're fast week in and week out. I'll say that. I mean, I'm right on the opposite end. I've not won a race yet. I'm working on. This is my second season. I had a bad night tonight, which kind of sucked because I didn't look at exiting the race on lap 20, but fortunately I did. But don't worry about it. You're fast week in and week out. Just drive your race, come in and have fun like we all do, and it's no sweat, man. Like it's all fun and games. So you got it.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and like I say every week, I appreciate it. I appreciate what you do putting this thing on, and I appreciate the grace that y'all extend when I really, really don't deserve it. So, thanks.
Yep, thank you, Philip. Congrats on the top 5 finisher at Pocono, and keep that momentum going forward. And good luck next week at Atlanta. We'll talk to you then.
All right. Hey, I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll talk again.
All right, take it easy.
See you.
Alrighty, Marshall, that does it for tonight's broadcast. Those are your top 5 finishing drivers of tonight's race at Pocono. And sorry you didn't get to finish your race, but thank you, Marshall, for joining us up here in the booth. I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure being up here. Joining you in the booth. Accidents happen. Some nights you have some good nights, some nights you have some bad nights. But it's always a pleasure being up here in the booth, joining you and calling a race. But it's Atlanta next week in the truck, so hopefully I'll be back up in the booth, but with a top 5 finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. If we can get you up there in the top 5, that'd be awesome.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man.
All righty, Marshall. You have a good night, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for talking with us up here, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.
Yes, sir. Have a good weekend, buddy.
All right, you too. Alrighty, guys, we are out. Thank you so much for watching tonight's live broadcast. We are going to wrap things up, and we had a good time here at Pocono. Had some amazing battles and passes here on track, and we went caution-free, and Matt Heel came away with the win. So we're going to head out. Hope you guys all enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you next Thursday at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we are in the Truck Series next Thursday night. Have a good night, guys.